Hey guys, I wanted to share today some things I've been thinking about in regards to moving forward and setting your intentions and being intentional in manifesting the things that you want in your life. Years ago, when Andy and I, before we were married, when we were just dating, we were going through a lot. We had a lot of problems, a lot of issues and things that we had to figure out for ourselves as individuals and ourselves as a couple. And there's a point where I was like, I don't know if we're gonna make it. We started going to therapy. The therapy was really helpful. And I kept telling Andy, I was like, why don't you wanna marry me? He's like, I do. And I'm like, well, it's been like 4 years, 5 years, I think by then. And I was like, when are you gonna put a ring on it, you know? And he's like, we had the ring, okay? We had the ring. And it was my mom's. And he was like, well, I'm just waiting for the right time. You know, I'm waiting to get everything figured out. And I looked at him, I said, you know, that's not how life works. You know, if it's all figured out, then it's all figured out. And, you know, things would be perfect. I go, but nothing's ever going to be perfect. And we're never going to have things figured out. We're always going to be figuring them out together. This is a team effort, right? And if you try to get everything in alignment on your own, it's like, where does that leave me? It doesn't leave me in your present time right now. It doesn't even guarantee that I'm going to be in your future. I go, but I am here right now. And I want to get married. And I want to, you know, move forward with our relationship. So he kind of looked at me like there was like something that like triggered, thinking like, oh, I don't have to have it all figured out. So anyways, about 6 months later, he proposed. And again, we were still in therapy, working through our stuff. And he proposed. I was surprised. And I mean, I remember that day vividly and clearly. And even though it was a hard yes for me because I wasn't sure if this was gonna work, that's how much we were going through. I said yes because in my heart, man, I loved him, and I'm like, I want to see what could happen. So I said yes, and we got engaged. And I swear, once he proposed, it was like things just started falling into place. Whether it was, you know, finances, career, our relationship, just our lives as a couple and lives as individuals actually started moving forward. So sometimes it's not about waiting, you guys. Sometimes it's about taking action and being in the moment and being so present and not worrying about, well, I don't have it all together. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes the biggest risk is worth it because that's when things fall into place. So that was me reflecting on an actual memory and that intention behind getting engaged and moving forward and needing that in order to move forward. And it was scary, and it was a big thing. And it all worked out. We ended up getting married 2 years later. And every day I'm grateful that he took that step forward, because if not, then I don't know what our future would have looked like, and I don't know if we would have been together. So take those risks. They're scary, but they're necessary if you want to grow.